Volume. Good afternoon, wrestling fans, and welcome to IHSA TV and Illinois Matman's first broadcast of the 2012/2013 wrestling season. I'm Andre Morgan, here with Mac Boland. Mac, one of our now regular broadcasters, and I like to call him the expert. We'll be doing the play-by-play. I'll be here to just fill in, and whatever comes up, comes up. I'll throw it out there to you. But we have a special treat for the fans today, don't we, Mac?
Yes, we do. Marist Redhawks versus the Oak Park Huskies. Marist ranked number 1 in the state, and Oak Park River Forest ranked number 3.
Well, and beyond that, there are 2 nationally ranked programs. Marist is ranked 12th in the country, Oak Park 13th in the country. So without a doubt, there'll be some potential changing of the guards, or especially individually. And we're almost ready to roll here. Our official for today, Matt Hennebury, is going to be calling this one by himself. There is another duel going on, so you may hear other whistles in the background. That's Schaumburg and New Trier on the far mat. We probably won't be showing you very much of that, as we're going to stay right here and focus on the main event. So looks like we're going to get started momentarily. We're starting at, what, 182?
Yeah, starting weight will be 182, and for the Huskies, we have Joe Areola, and for the Redhawks, Ethan Benoit. Joe Areola was a state qualifier last year. Ethan Benoit just missed out in a very, very tough sectional last year at De La Salle. And here we go.
That's obviously Marist in the all-red singlet. Oak Park will have on the navy blue with the orange. Big O with the small P in the middle. Oak Park known as the Huskies, and Marist as the Redhawks.
Okay, no action right now. They're a little bit of hand fighting, a little bit of pushing. Still neutral.
And as a point of reference,
there's a shot by Areola, going for a body lock. He's going for a body lock. Benoit defending, goes for an inside leg trip. Nope, nothing yet. No points. There's 2. 2 takedown for Areola.
And it looked like he missed on the wizard there, didn't he?
Yeah.
He tried to throw it and missed it, and ended up giving up 2 right there.
Yeah. Yeah, Areola side leg trip, lost it, but followed up with a double leg.
Now, Areola is a junior, is that correct? On our notes here?
He's a senior.
Senior.
And here he comes. He's working a tilt. Areola, he's got the arm, he's got the wrist and the arm tied up, and he's going to work for a tilt here. He's coming. He's got it. Referee counting.
I was worried about him pinning himself on that one there. It took him a little bit of time to get that going.
Okay. And there's the 3 for the near fall. So that puts Areola on top, 5-0.
Nice wrestling crowd here today inside of the Marist Gym, 115th, a little bit west of Pulaski, 4100 west.
And Benoit with the escape. Out of bounds. Both neutral. All right, working from the neutral position. Score is 5-1 in favor of Areola from Oak Park River Forest.
Yeah, we don't have a really good working scoreboard here. We got one that's not working, that's supposed to be
by,
working.
But he missed it.
We got one that's not working that should be working.
And that's the end of the first period.
You know. Yeah, well.
Basically, we're working blind here. We have no scoreboard to see.
Let me in on these. So here on the bottom, Oak Park's Areola needs to get up off that bottom here.
And he's working to peel the arm. Trying to come up. Coming up. Nope, they're off the mat. No change.
See a lot of the old school faithful fans in the building tonight. That's good.
And that's it. Ariel out for an escape. Score 6-1.
So it looks like now our scoreboard's working, so every now and then I can get our director to flash over there to give you guys the score. We won't have time.
And Areola working on a 2-on-1. Still working off the 2-on-1. Goes in for a single leg, and Benoit's trying to get, nope, there's the 2. Couldn't get off the mat.
Nice finish on that. Nice finish on that by Areola. He stayed with it, and you know what made the difference there? He started the single in the middle of the match, so when Benoit tried to escape to the edge, he was able to follow him and finish it up.
He was able to finish the takedown right near the edge, yep. So now it's 8-1, Areola on top. Okay. Benoit attempted to escape, but they went off the mat. He'll be back down, working from the referee's position.
Wrestling fans, if you want, I've created a thread on Illinois Matman AAA message board. It's called Live from Press Row, number 1 Marist versus number 3 Oak Park River Forest. So if you want to shoot me a question, that's okay too.
Caution green. Areola covers. Benoit standing up, trying to strip the rip, and he stripped the wrist. He's out. 1 point escape. Score 8-2. Both on their feet.
And Mac, one thing to note, neither one of these teams are really hurt by football season. Today being state championship day, I refereed Oak Park during the season. They had a good team, and they went as far as they were going to go early in the playoffs, and Marist got upset early. They were picked to be playing today, so both teams have all their football players on the bench today.
Areola fighting off a takedown. Benoit's in on a single leg, trying to bring him back on the mat, trying to finish. Areola still defending. Oh, they gave him 2. The knees didn't touch. I
don't know.
Yeah, that was a little quick on the takedown, but that's the way it goes. Okay, it's 8-4. Areola's down, referee's position. Coming up. Areola working to stand up. Benoit brings him back down. He's got the wrist tied up. Now he's working a tilt. And he's got it.
And he's back in this match.
Yes, he is. Two back points, 8-6. Can't fall asleep while you're while you're on the mat. There, he cuts him.
And that brought Oak Park's Hall of Fame coach up out of his chair. Mike Powell stood up on that exchange right there. He was not happy.
Well, and neither were the Marist coaches when he gave up the 1 escape with 2 seconds left on the clock. So now it's 9-6. Okay, third period. Areola leading 9-6. Benoit down. And there's an escape, 9-7. We have a 2-point match. Neutral position. Areola working a 2-on-1. And they're back to the center, nothing. Down by 2. Benoit has to be the aggressor here. An attempted a throw by Areola, missed. Okay, both tied up. Nothing. And back to the center. There's a shot by Benoit. He's in on the leg. He's in on a single leg. Areola defending with a whizzer and a wrist. Nope, he's out. He missed it. Oh, nice move. Got behind him, and that's 2.
Real nice job right there. Real nice job. I'm looking ahead. This duel, by starting at 182, could end at 170. Benoit's brother is scheduled at 170 for Marist, and the question is, Oak Park's been wrestling a backup in the previous two duels earlier today, Corey Sepik, so could be interesting if this match stays close to the end.
If it stays close, yes. Okay, 11-7, Areola in the lead, and there's an escape by Ethan Benoit. 11-8.
Good first match to start the duel off. Good first match.
Yeah, ironically, last year in sectionals, Areola beat the younger Benoit, Alex Benoit, who still went to state and ended up placing 5th. That's the end of the third period, and the first match goes to Oak Park River Forest. Areola with an 11-8 win.
So that'll put them ahead, just 3-0, no bonus points. And as you know, our wrestling fans, in a close duel with nationally ranked teams, bonus points are critical. Falls, tech falls.
Absolutely.
Anything, any extra point you can get anywhere can swing the whole duel. So where are we at here now, Matt?
Okay, now we're at 195. Josh Pruitt, also an all-stater for Marist, versus Andre Lee from Oak Park River Forest.
And it's interesting. Last time we saw both these teams, Oak Park, we saw them in the state finals. They lost 7 of their 9 matches and came in second place with a fall at the end. And then Marist was ranked very high up, was expected to advance to the tournament, and got knocked off by Sandburg.
In the regional.
And so both these teams kind of with a little edge on them today.
Sure. Well, that's what I say. Both of them finished the season at the hands of Carl Sandburg. Marist in the regional and Oak Park second place in the state finals. Okay, no score. They're working on their feet. Lee from Oak Park in on a shot. Good scramble. He finishes with the 2.
I had an opportunity, like I said, to referee Oak Park in football. Andre Lee was over there on the defense with me. I'm at the umpire position, and, man, he just kept wreaking havoc all night long.
And Andre Lee cuts him. There's an escape, 2-1. Little bit of enthusiastic head slapping there. Okay, back to the center. Referee's giving him a little warning. Okay, here we go. 2-1. Lee on top. Working from the neutral. Tie up.
On a visual, Lee looks to be smaller than Pruitt. He's a little bit more defined cut up wise, but Pruitt definitely bigger, thicker, than Lee.
Yeah, Pruitt bigger. Lee is actually a little undersized for 195-pounder, and of course Pruitt being an all-stater last year. And this is really part of the tough part of Marist's lineup. From 170 all the way through 285, they're solid.
So this 182-pound start really benefited Marist. And Oak Park kicks in the gear right about where, do you think?
Well, when you hit the lighter weights. When you get to 106 pounds, they're solid.
Just want to remind everybody this is the first of many broadcasts we're going to do this year. Our director, founder, administrator, soccer state championship coach Mike Baer has created a real nice schedule for you wrestling fans, and there'll be a lot more to come as we are, doing our first broadcast for IHSA TV. It's going to be a lot of fun this year.
Absolutely. Okay, we're in the second period. Andre Lee winning 2-1 on top, referee's position. Pruitt with an escape, 2-2, tied up. Working from the neutral. A little bit of hand fighting, head slapping. Lee in on a shot. Can't finish. At the edge of the mat.
Crowd still coming in here at 115th and a little bit off of Pulaski, a little bit west of Pulaski. You know, we still got space here. Get up in here, people. This is a great one.
Still 2-2, working from the neutral. Lee working in, trying to set up. He's on a 2-on-1. Pruitt pushing off on ahead.
You know, I'm surprised that Lee is spending a lot of time with this hand-to-hand combat. You know, it just seems like he'd be better served to, you know, create some space and get a
There's a shot.
There it is right there. That's what I'm talking about. And he didn't finish it, but he needs more of that.
And they're at the edge of the mat. Pruitt looking to counter. No.
Oh.
Out. They're out. They're out.
Oh, look at the Marist
They're
coaches.
Out.
Oh. They are a bit peeved at that.
Yeah, that was close. That was close.
Home team not happy.
2-2.
What do you think, wrestling fans? Hit me up on Illinois Mat Man on the AAA board. What do you think about that right there?
This is an important match for Marist.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
This is one of their studs right here, and they expect to win at this weight.
Well, where do they go from here? Okay, so next up would be Josh Hickey, and then the All-Stater right there.
State qualifier. Tom Howell, state qualifier. Josh Hickey, All-Stater.
I thought that Howell qualified state qualified was All-State the year before. Maybe I'm wrong with it. He's a two-time state qualifier, but he's still a stud.
Definitely. Okay, we're in the third period, tied 2-2. Lee is down, comes right up on the stand-up. Pruitt riding, and they're off. Back to the middle, referee's position. Score is tied 2-2, third period.
Lee cannot continue to let Pruitt attack him. He's got to at some point get his offense really, really going.
Up again, Lee working a stand-up, and he's out.
Good.
3-2.
Out in 10, wrestlers. Out in 10. That's what you want.
Here we go. Okay, Lee working a 2-on-1. Pruitt controlling the head, the arm. They're both working the center. Looks like Pruitt's... Nope, nothing. A little bit of head slapping, a little bit of hand fighting. Both leaning in. Up. Nope. Pruitt with a tie-up. Nope, they're off.
And this is where Pruitt constantly being on offense is going to benefit him. Lee's got to be careful to not even get warned. You know, he's got to keep the offense going here. Caution green.
All right, Lee back in with the 2-on-1.
He's not using that 2-on-1, though. You know, shovel that guy down to the mat, come behind him and get your two. He's just kind of hanging with it. You know, it's like almost like a stall.
A lot of hand fighting going on. Time is ticking down in the third period. Pruitt with an attempted, okay, Lee goes in on a single leg.
He needs to
Can he finish, though? There it is. He's got it. He's got to finish, though. That's two. And that's two for Lee. He's now up 5-2.
That's gonna be tough for Pruitt to come back from now. He's gonna need a big move.
Lee just lets him go. Just lets him go. That's 1 point, but it's 5-3. Pruitt's got to do something here. And he does. Shoots.
Wow.
He's in on a single. Lee defending. This could be a tie score.
That's two.
And it's tied. 5-5. Pruitt's on top. Overtime.
Andre Lee spent a lot of time doing that little exchange, taking peeks at the clock. Wrestle. You know you're in trouble. He's on your ankle. Wrestle. And right now, I would say momentum in this match just switched to the Marist side.
5-5. We're in the first period overtime. There's a shot by Lee. He finishes it. That's it.
Hey, cancel that momentum swing.
Yep. And it's 7-5 in overtime. Big win for the Huskies at 195.
So that's going to bump that lead for Oak Park up to 6-0. And
well, they need it because right now you've got two absolute hammers coming up for Marist. And Josh Hickey, who ironically, Hickey and Howell were at the opposite weights last year. Last year, Hickey was the heavyweight. Howell was the 220-pounder. This year, Howell is wrestling at heavyweight, and Hickey is down to 220.
Well, Howell has proved that he can wrestle up. He won a whole season as the heavyweight.
He won Dvorak. He won Dvorak as undersized heavyweight. And here we go, 220 pounds. Josh Hickey versus Malik Brumont, younger brother of last year's heavyweight Mark Brumont for Oak Park. He takes a 2-on-1.
What year is Brumont?
I believe he's a sophomore.
Okay. And Hickey is a
senior.
Senior.
Yeah, all of the Marist wrestlers from 182 up to 285 are seniors.
If you're just now logging in with us, we are into the third match of the duel. We started at 182. The first one was won by Joe Areola, 11-8. And then for Oak Park. And then at 195, we just finished up with an overtime win by Andre Lee with a blast double right into the overtime, 7-5 win. So Oak Park is up 6-0, and they haven't even gotten to their studs yet.
No.
Come on, number one.
Brumont working a 2-on-1, pushes them out. So we're still on our feet, no score.
Not the way Marist wanted to start. They needed to steal a win. Actually, if you were looking at on paper, would you have given those first two matches to Marist?
I think Areola had a decent shot of beating Benoit. That was going to be a swing match, so to speak.
Okay.
You would have to say Pruitt was favored at 195 against Lee.
And we have to label those swing matches, so we're going to call that 182 the first swing.
Yes.
And we'll keep track of those swing matches as we go.
And there's Pruitt. Nope, nothing.
Oh, wow.
Brumont, got an exchange there. Nope, they're off the mat.
You know,
no score.
And I'm looking at Brumont, just in that little series there. He had two opportunities to score and did not finish up. And if you don't finish, those opportunities aren't going to always be there against a good wrestler and a senior wrestler.
That's correct. Okay, both Hickey and Brumont still working on their feet. No score. And that's the end of the first period, no score.
They're asking me to post online, Mac, the lineups, and I really, it's going to be kind of hard for me to do that. I can just tell you what's coming up in advance. At heavyweight, we're probably going to see Tom Howell and
Adam Lemke.
And then at 106, Bobby Campos for Oak Park and
either O'Brien or Lukanich. It depends on who they put on the mat.
Right. The one that weighed in the heaviest today was Lukanich by 0.3 of a pound. So we'll have to wait and see. This is wrestling fans, and they're playing games.
There's two. Takedown right at the buzzer.
Tell you what, Marist is pretty good at that scoring at the edge part of the game, aren't they?
Yeah.
This is a great environment, one of the classic programs. Marist, the first private school to win a IHSA state title in the two-class system, Class A, Class AA. And I thought that you wrote a great post, one of the best posts I ever had seen from you the other day about how Marist has come full circle. And if people get an opportunity, they need to go back and read that post. That was on the AAA board.
Yes.
And what thread was that?
Marist Full Circle.
That was a great one. I'm going to try and copy and paste it and drop it in on the one I've got going right now.
So currently, Hickey leads 3-0 over Brumont. Brumont down, Hickey on top, and basically Brumont is trying to stay out of danger. He's going to get warned for stalling. There it is, and that's a 1 point. Yeah.
He's wrestling like a sophomore, but Powell's going to the table, I think. And the fans are saying
Okay, it's 4-0, and Hickey trying to work a pin. He knows his team needs bonus points, and Hickey is a pinner. He's very good on the mat, and he needs to make his money right here on top. Now he's working, looks like he's got a wrist. And he's got the arm lock in. He's working the head and the arm. Yep, potentially dangerous.
Tell you what, this sophomore better pick it up a bit. Coach Powell's going to run out there and kill him. He's going to. Are we at the table? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think he's disputing the 1 point for stalling. I don't think he was warned. I think he gave the point before he was warned.
Here, while Powell is playing with referee Matt Hennebrey, you made a good post here that I was talking about earlier. Marist had 8 state qualifiers last year, including 6 All-Staters. Oak Park River Forest, the state runner-up, had 8 state qualifiers and 4 All-Staters. So 2 very evenly matched teams. Marist is going to return all 8 state qualifiers, and Oak Park returns 3, but they lose a state champ.
In Sam Brooks.
So, who's wrestling for Iowa. I'm going to throw that up and add that to this other thread because I think that's very, very good stuff that you wrote here. And then I'm going to find that one about coming full circle.
Yeah, basically back in the 70s when the private schools were first integrated with the public schools in wrestling, they were bad. They were bad. They got clobbered. Marist was the first AA private school to win a state championship under the old format in 1983. Mark
Gervais, head coach. I haven't seen him today. I know he's here somewhere. There's no way he's missing this.
Score still 4-0. And that is the end of the second period. And that's Josh Hickey from Marist leading Malik Brumont 4-0. And they're working from the neutral. Third period. Now this is a match too. Marist going in probably would be expecting bonus points.
Okay.
And right now the score is 4-0.
Well, you got to figure if with the weight, no slight to Brumont, but he seems to be a little bit outclassed at this point, yet it's still 4-0. So in a way, a loss can be considered a win if that's what happens in this match for Oak Park.
Yeah.
You're not going to shut out the number 1 team in the state. It's not going to stay.
No,
so you can only hope to contain them until you get to your studs. Uh-oh.
That's 2. There's a takedown. Takedown for Hickey.
We're in bonus point land now. We're getting closer.
Yeah, now Josh Hickey from Marist, he's one of those returning All-Staters. He finished 6th in state last year at 285. And right now he's in control of the match 6-0, but I'm sure he would really like to turn Brumont, get some back points, go for a major at least.
Well, 4 points would be huge at this point. It's 6-0.
Exactly.
I'm really trying to find out why I can't find your post here, Mac. Did you take it down, or am I in the wrong thread? I'll find it. Potentially dangerous right there. Boy, Marist is not happy. Marist is not happy with the ref.
No. And it's 6-1.
Wow.
Back to the referee's position. Brumont down. Hickey covering. We're in the third period. He's trying to work for a pin. Brumont just bellies out to avoid that cradle.
Well, that's his job. Just don't get pinned at this point.
At this point, he's not really. Oh, there we go.
And Oak Park well versed in the don't get pinned part of the wrestling.
6-1.
Cut him. Marist wants one of two things: either cut him or stalling.
Vermont reaching for a leg, but he's basically just doing it.
He should be
doing what he could. He just.
And that booing is for the ref. Actually, it's not. That, you know, they wanted that. They wanted that stall call.
Well, that was a win, but it was a loss in a sense. This is probably a match that Marist expected to get bonus points out of. Okay, and now we have.
That's Tom Howell for Marist.
Tom Howell for Marist and Adam Lemke Bell for Oak Park. Now, Howell, one thing about Howell, likes to work on the feet, likes to headlock, and he is a pinner. And he'll probably be pressing.
I've watched Howell throughout his entire varsity career, and he can rise to the occasion.
Now he went for a takedown there, and nope, they called him off.
Yeah, that's a good call. He was out.
Yeah. Back to the center.
Yeah, I think Matt Hennebree is going to hear the boo birds from the Marist crowd until the last match, unless things dramatically change for Marist. And this is a vocal crowd here. Both these two programs have no problem letting you know how they feel. Someone said that Marist is on a gag order. I'm not quite sure, but not in this gym. They're not.
Well, if you look at the stands, both teams are very well represented here today.
And maybe we can get our editor and director to give a shot of the crowd here, because it is a nice crowd here, especially on football state championship day. Thank God Notre Dame's a little bit later in the evening.
Okay, still no score. First period, on their feet. Yeah, still working hand fighting. Howell trying to get a 2-on-1. He's going for a body lock. You can see he's pressing. He's pressing. Now, Lemke Bell's already been warned for stalling.
Yeah, he had the little, I don't know what you want to call it, Russian. He didn't do jack.
There's a point right there.
Yeah, well, he's doing nothing.
No. So it's already 1-0 in favor of Howell from Marist on a stalling call. 1 point. And he's in on a takedown. That'll be 2.
The thing about this is, okay, if you give up 4 points, if you're Oak Park and you give up 4 points, you lose the lead. If you give up a pin, you lose lead and momentum. But you got your studs coming up, so it's lots of ways of looking at this.
Okay, we're still in the first period, 3-0. Howell riding, attempting to turn. He's got a wrist. Looks like he's working a Turk. Nope, he's coming across. This could be, yep, referee's counting. It's definitely going to be back points. Could be, nope, he got out of it.
Saved.
That was close.
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the buzzer.
But now, if you're Howell, you've got confidence that you can stick this guy. You just got to do it a little bit earlier. And if you are Lemke, you got to get it going. Oh, look at this.
He's going to cut him. Yeah, he's going to stay off the mat.
I would.
All right, second period, so we're going to the neutral position. Howell on top, 7-0. Now Howell's still working the 2-on-1. There, he's going for that body lock. Yeah, Lemke Bell spun out of the body lock, but he still gave up the takedown. That's going to bring a score 9-0 now in favor of Howell from Marist.
Got a question here from PW Panther. Wants to know what year is Lemke, and what do we have on him?
He's a sophomore.
So we've got
he's a first-year wrestler, but he's a sophomore.
Not the place you want to be in there with Tom Howell. You know, experienced guy like him. He's been to the big dance and everything. Howell's looking to make a splash this year now. He's been down there twice, hasn't got on that podium. He's looking for, this is practice for him.
Yeah. 11-1 in favor of Howell from Marist, and they're on the neutral position.
And team score-wise, just to bring you back up to date, we're at 6-3. Oak Park clinging to the lead. They won the first 2 matches at 182 and 195, 11-8 in the 82 match, and 7-5 overtime win in the 95 match. But they just took a loss, 6-1. So we're kind of getting, this is going to stay tight here.
Yeah, Howell's going to look to try and finish it from the feet. He's going to try and take him feet to back. Lemke Bell's going to try and wrestle but stay out of trouble. Score 11-1, neutral position.
And wrestling fans, if you want to ask me a question or Mac a question, you can hit me up on the 3A board. Live from press row is the thread.
Okay, third period. Lemke Bell chooses neutral. Here we are, 11-1, third period.
Now, you know, Lemke wanted to be on his feet, so he's on his feet. He needs to do something. It's 11-1 now. You got to get this guy to the mat and try to turn him. You're not going to beat him just playing his game of hand fighting with him.
Well, I look for Howell will continue to press here. He'll continue to come in on that 2-on-1. He wants to set him up for a body lock or something where he can take him right from his feet to the back to try and finish the match. Now, you can hear the Marist fans
stalling,
calling for the stalling. I think the referee just mentioned something to him about it.
What?
He's already given a stalling point up.
He got a warning and a point? Or did he just give up a warning?
He gave up a point for stalling earlier in the match. Now there's another point.
Okay, there we go.
He's got to be careful here because now you're playing with 2 points the next time and then a DQ. So
I've seen that DQ.
He's got to stay at it. It does happen.
It's ugly.
Yeah, he's got to stay active here. So score is 12-1 in favor of Howell. He's got to be careful here. Howell pressing.
All Lemke's doing is going backwards. Has he taken a shot?
He's circling. No. Lemke's pushing on. There it is. There's 2 points for stalling.
Oh, wow.
14-1. So basically, for Howell, he can end it with a score, which will be a technical fall.
How not to win a wrestling match at this point. Come on, Lemke. You got to do more than that.
We're neutral. There, finally. Oh, he actually took a shot there. They're off the mat, no score.
And, you know, wrestling's so hard. When you don't know, when you don't have confidence, it's just hard to do it. And you can see it all over Lemke. He doesn't know.
It's 14-1 score right now in favor of Howell. Third period.
That's stalling.
And there it is. It's over. It's over. Well, they will get a major out of it. They'll
Right.
get 4 points for the major. But, again, I'm sure not what Marist was expecting at these upper weights.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, now we're going to go to 106 pounds.
So, well, that's going to bring our score, team score, major decision to 5. That's going to make it 8-6. 5
7.
plus
7-4. It was a major, wasn't it?
I'm sorry.
7-6.
7-6.
In favor of Marist. And now we're at 106 pounds.
And so now we got Bobby Campos
From Oak Park.
and who do we have? We have choices.
It's
here.
either O'Brien or Lukinich.
Well, we got to find out. It'd be, you know, when they give us these double names and then they don't make an announcement and if we don't recognize them.
Nope. Now, Bobby Campos is a freshman. He was a third-place finisher in IKWF last year as an 8th grader. And last year, Lukinich was undersized as a 6-pounder, but he did end up All-American at Fargo.
I'm willing to bet that's
at 100 pounds.
That's Lukanich out there. I mean,
it's Campos in on a shot. No score. No score. No score. No score. Still no score. Lukanich with a good sprawl there. Campos trying to work that single leg up. Looks like Lukanich has got a cradle locked up. Oh, he's got it.
Nice. Nice.
He's got it.
Nice. This. Oh.
And 2 back points. 4-0 in favor of Lukanich.
Both wrestlers similar body type, same height, no advantage from the body. 106, all skin and bones, baby. And they gave him 3 pounds. Remember when it was 103, like when your kid and my kid was wrestling?
Yep.
And 3 pounds still doesn't make a difference. They're still little.
Okay, here we go. Score is 4-0. Lukanich in the lead. Looking to turn Campos again. Campos trying to scramble out.
One of my listeners online confirms that this is Lukanich. Pitbull 1490, thanks for being on the broadcast, baby.
Campos trying to get the reverse. No score. End of the first period. So it's 4-0 in favor of Lukanich. And like I said, even though Lukanich didn't start last year, he was undersized. He was beat out by Casper. He's a Fargo All-American at 100 pounds.
That makes you a high school All-American, makes you one of the best in the country at your weight class.
No, he's tough. Okay, second period. Campos down. Lukanich tying up the wrist and the arm, looking for a tilt.
Why did Campos try to step over that?
And now it looks like he's going to try and work a Turk. He's got the leg tied up. Lukanich now out to the side. He's perpendicular. He's in really good position to turn Campos. He's got the leg tied up. What he needs here is a crossface if he wants to turn him.
Love the crossface. That'll get your attention.
And Campos doing everything he can to fight it off.
Campos working for a stalemate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
and
watch
Powell,
the knee, ref. Watch the knee.
Yeah, watch the knee.
Watch the knee. I've lived through that $25,000 ACL surgery. It ain't fun. Well, ref, if he's not improving and if they're not going anywhere, guess what? I mean, if I'm Oak Park, I guess I'm okay with this. I'd rather have the stalemate, though.
Yeah. Now, he's still attempting to turn him, but hasn't been able to. We're still sitting at 4-0. Lukanich is on top. Now he's trying to get a hold of a leg.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he sat up.
Uh-oh, that's a reversal.
That's a reversal.
Well, wait, now what did he
gave it to the wrong side.
What did he do there?
He gave it to the wrong, I don't know. Looks like we got an injury. He gave the 2 to the wrong.
Well, we're going to the table here.
Score should be 4-2. 2 for a reversal.
He's not changing anything.
Okay, yeah, there they put it on. Yeah, okay, it's correct now. 4-2. Something happened during that scramble.
Well, they're rubbing his shoulder.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's trying to get some air in him, too.
Yeah, it looks like the shoulder.
I mean, you know, I would have preferred to see the signaling from the ref, reversal. Let's keep this clean here so we know what's going on. But we're knowledgeable. We'll figure it out. Once again, this is IHSA TV and IllinoisMatman.com, the #1 wrestling website in the United States. Not the state, not the city, maybe the world, but definitely number one.
All right, that's the end of the injury time. We're going back to the mat. 4-2. Lukinich is leading. He's down. Campos on top. Covering. And there's one. Escape for Lukinich. 5-2.
What's going on? You know, a little wrestling.
That's the end of the second period.
Little extracurricular at the end there, huh?
Okay, third period. 5-2. Lukinich is leading. He chooses down. Campos, Oak Park covering. Campos working on top. Now Lukinich trapped the arm. Campos trying to work a cradle. Looks like he's got the wrist. Got the legs in. Looks like he's going to attempt to turn him.
We're going to the edge of the mat
And
here.
we're off the mat.
Good job by Lukinich to defend that and to get to the edge of the mat and give up nothing, get himself a fresh start.
And it's still 5-2. Lukinich, Marist leading 5-2. On bottom, comes up right away. Campos brings him back down to the mat.
And you can hear Mike Powell yelling, pull your hand, pull your hand.
Campos has got the legs in, and he's trying to work the arm. He's trying to bring him over. Lukinich right now is, there's a stalemate. Okay, so he's going to get a fresh start. Lukinich doing a good job of fighting off the turn.
And, you know, we'd be remiss without mentioning that there's other wrestling going on in the state of Illinois today. Both Barrington and Conant are jumping also. Illinois wrestling's in full swing today.
Okay, we got a scramble going here. Lukinich has got a hold of the leg. No points yet, though. Campos maintaining control. At this point, it looks like Lukinich is just hanging on. He's probably hurting. I don't know what he injured over there. Campos trying to break the grip. He does.
Well, if you're Lukinich,
there's another stalemate going back to the center.
If you're Lukinich now, right now, you're just hanging on. You want to.
You got a 5-2 lead. What you don't want to do is get put on your back.
Right. You want to stall without stalling. If there's a better way of saying it.
Stay active.
Right.
Okay, Campos is going to cut. Nope, he didn't cut him. Looked like he was going in for the wrist. Oh, that's going to be that's going to be called illegal. 1 point red. 6-2.
We're located right here behind the Marist bench, and they are living and dying with every move of the official. They won a lot of calls today.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's 6-2. Lukinich is on bottom, but he's leading the match. Campos, there it is. It's over. And that's a 6-2 decision for Lukinich. Marist.
So that's going to push our team score to 10-6 in favor of the number one team. What happened? Did I miss something?
Yeah. I think somebody was a little unhappy. Okay, well, we're back to the center here, 113 pounds. Gabe Townsell, freshman for Oak Park River Forest.
And
this could be either Mulaney or O'Brien, because they weighed in 2 at 106. Okay, Townsell with a quick takedown.
Well, I did see both of the O'Brien brothers, the legendary brothers, in the building today, so.
And he cuts him. 1 point. That's 2-1. Neutral position. There's a shot. Nope. Townsend scoots behind, gets the 2. 4-1. Townsend leads. Now, Gabe Townsend for Oak Park is a freshman, but he was a runner-up last year in the IKWF state final.
So he knows what it's like to be in the big one.
Okay, and Townsend chooses optional start, leading 4-1.
And I just want to make sure that this is Mike Mullaney and not Andy O'Brien. Andy weighed in at 105 today. Mullaney's at 113. I'm willing to bet that this is Mike Mullaney.
Yeah.
What year do you have on Mullaney?
And that's a takedown for Townsend. 6-2. Looks like he's going to go optional again.
Well, he's very good on his feet. That's his strong point. That's where he wants to be. Wants to be athletic and move around. And he's in control of the match, so why not?
And there's an escape.
If you hear a whistle in the
There's
background,
a shot.
If you hear a whistle in the background, that is the other match, so don't get confused. Schomburg and Nutrier on the far mat, which we are not filming.
There's Townsend in on the legs. They're near the edge of the mat. No score yet. No score.
And he let Mullaney get that other leg away from him, so he couldn't go far ankle.
Yeah. No score. Right at the edge of the mat. No score. We're still in the first period. There's the end of the first period. So Townsend, Oak Park River Forest leading 6-3 over Mullaney from Marist. Start of the second period.
Marist in the middle of a 3-run. They won the last 3 matches. They're on a run right now. And
there's an escape. That's 6-4.
Oak Park looking to put the stopper in. It looks like it could happen, but this is still a close match.
6-4, neutral position. A little bit of hand fighting, and nope, off the mat. Off the mat.
Hope everyone's enjoying the broadcast. IHSA.TV.
A little bit of hand fighting, neutral position, score 6-4. Townsend leading. There's a head tap, nothing. Townsend rushing him, looking to go behind, and he does. 2 points. Another takedown, 8-4. Up. Yep. Looks like he got poked in the eye.
And looking ahead, while we have this injury timeout to the 120 weight class, I'm predicting, Marist has 2 people weighed in, Mark Duda and Dave Casper, but I think it's going to be Duda. He's been a starter here since his freshman year, all-state guy, stud. And then Matt Rundell.
Last year, runner-up at 106.
It's pretty clear that 100 in the state of Illinois in AAA this year, and just pretty much every 120 match throughout all the elite teams is going to be a war. Everybody's got a 120-pounder, seems like. And this should be a big match. Let's go back to the swing matches. So far, we identified the 182. Do you have any other swing matches, Matt, that have taken place
Well,
already?
120.
Right. And that could go swing either way, though.
Yeah. And here we go. Townsend from Oak Park leading 8-4, riding. Mulhaney coming up. Nope. We're still here in the second period. And he's out. 1 point, 8-5. Working from the center of the mat, neutral position. The thing Mulhaney has to be careful. He can't take a bad shot because Townsend is so quick, he'll just scoop behind him.
And
as I said.
There's an example of it right there.
And he lets him go.
Speed kills. Better to drive a Lamborghini than a Volkswagen Bug.
10-6. And he's in. Nope, no score, no score.
Seeing a lot of wrestling on his knees from Mulaney. Got to get up off his knees and get on his feet, especially with a kid like Townsend.
Okay, back to the center of the mat. Neutral position. Score 10-6 in favor of Townsend. Okay, end of the second period. Still 10-6. And Townsend chooses neutral position. Not surprised. He's been dominating the match on his feet. Why go to the mat? There's a shot by Mulaney, and they're off the mat. A little bit of hand fighting. They're still circling in the center. Townsend in on an arm. Nothing. No, pushes him out. Okay, back to the center. 10-6, third period.
Same as our team score, 10-6 in favor of the Marist Redhawks. Number 1 in the state versus number 2.
Still 10-6, working in the center, neutral position. A little bit of wrist fighting. Townsend's trying to get wrist control. Mulaney backs out. Shot, there's a scoop behind again.
Once again, another shot with no setup. If you don't set up your shot, wrestlers, you won't have success, and that's a classic example of it. You're just not going to run in there.
Townsend cuts him again, 12-7. He's right in on a double. And there's 2.
Marist.
Yeah, I think Coach Powell's going to have him cut him to try and go for the major decision. 14-7.
Absolutely the right move right now. You need bonus points. Bonus points are going to be critical.
There he is. He's up. 14-8. Now takedown here gives him an 8-point lead. 8 points will give you the major decision. No, nothing.
If I'm Mulaney, I don't shoot at all because all my shots have turned into his points.
Yeah, and they're off the mat.
And wrestling fans, we cannot see the clock from our position where we're at, so we don't know how much time's left, but there's not a lot because everybody in Marist.
There it is.
There it is right there.
So it finishes 14-8. Oak Park gets the decision. That's Townsend over Mulaney. And here we go to 120.
Now that brings our score to 10-9 in favor of Marist.
Okay, and we've got Mark Duda here versus Matt Rundle. And this will be a clash of 2 state runners-up last year. Rundle at 106 and Duda at 113.
Now this should be another great match right here. Duda's been in their lineups since a freshman year as a starter. Looking ahead to 126, Nick Gasparo for Marist.
Or David Casper. We don't know yet.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Gasparo. He started last year. We'll see.
We'll see.
And then Isaiah White, the IKWF Wonder Kid, only the 3rd kid in the history of the IKWF to win 5 titles. He's won it all, guys. He's a superstar, and we're going to get a good look at him today. And he's a Harvey Twister, which really helps him.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 2 of them in the Oak Park River Forest lineup.
Okay, no score here. First period. Matt Rundle versus Mark Duda.
If you want to write us, Mac and myself, I'm live from Press Road, number 1 Marist versus Oak Park on the 3A board.
There, Duda's in on a single leg, switches to a double. Rundle hangs on. He locks him up. Going.
That's a takedown. That's a takedown. I'm with Marist right now.
He's hanging on to the leg. Well, no, he's got to step over. If he steps over the ankle, then he will get the 2. But right now, there's no score. There's no score. No score.
Here comes your 2.
Nope.
Up the back now. You go up the back here.
He's got, yeah, but right now, as long as Rundle holds on, yep, there he gave him the 2.
Very nice work right there. Very nice work right there.
Yeah.
Team scored 10-9 in favor of Marist Redhawks, ranked 12th in the country. Oak Park River Forest ranked 13th. Great duel, wrestling fans. Glad you're here with me and Mac Boland.
Yeah. Rundle coming up. Nope. Duda brings him back to the mat. Still in the first period. Rundle trying to get out on the escape. Duda grabs the leg to try and prevent loss of control, so it's still 2-0, and there it is, end of the period. He didn't give the escape up.
I love watching Mike Powell. I hope Mike Bear every now and then is getting a shot of Mike Powell, one of the most animated coaches in the state of Illinois. Wears his heart on his sleeve. I hope you all have seen the ESPN documentary. If you haven't, go look it up on Mike Powell.
Okay, second period. Rundle comes up, escapes, 2-1. Still in favor of Duda from Marist. Oh, in on that shot again. Now, this time, Rundle backed out of it. Tied up, working in the center. Another single leg.
Finish.
In on a double. That's 2.
Tell you what, Marist is very solid at the edge of the mat. You better be able to wrestle. But an advantage that Marist has, their state championship coach, the guy that built this program, Mark Gervais, and he's right there to the right of our camera. He's the freshman coach now, Hall of Famer. You can't. How can you not succeed when your freshman coach is in the Hall of Fame?
And brings him back to the mat. So it's 4-1 now, and he cuts him 4-2 in favor of Duda.
In addition, on this Marist coaching staff is Coach Egan, who was the assistant coach at St. Rita during their state championship run in the mid-60s. I'm sorry, the mid 2006, 2005, during that era. Mid-60s, wow. But, yes, they have a championship-type coaching staff, is my point.
Absolutely. Well, and Heffernan, of course.
Well, he's linked to St. Ed's, University of Illinois. His family is a big part of Illinois wrestling.
Okay, so it's still 4-2 here, second period. They're working from the neutral. And they're off the mat.
I don't know if you can swing over there to your right, Mike, but if you get an opportunity, get a shot right there, Gervais and Heffernan confiding in each other.
Rundle looking to scoop behind and get 2. And Duda scrambles out of it.
Not 2
nope,
yet.
Not yet.
Gotta
Duda managed to scramble out of it.
Nice.
Brings him back down and puts him on his back.
Oh, this is huge.
Someone's
signaling for something.
Injury time. I didn't see what happened. Okay.
Yeah, he was signaling as soon as he took the guy down.
Yeah, it looks like he wrenched his neck. It was a close match there, and Duda turned it with a 5-point move. So now he's up 9-2 over Rundle.
And while we got this little break in action, let's go back over the scores as we bring everybody up to date. 182 we started at. Joe Areola for Oak Park with 11-8 win. We moved to 195. Andre Lee defeated Josh Pruitt 7-5 in overtime. Great match. That pushed the Oak Park lead to 6-0. Marist got on the scoreboard behind their senior all-stater Josh Hickey with a solid 6-1 win. Win that gave our score 6-3. Oak Park still with the lead. Marist took the lead, however, pulled out another senior stud, a state qualifier with a 14-1 major, Tom Howell over sophomore Adam Lemke. And then Nick Lukanich, a Fargo All-American, posted a 6-2 win at 106 as we turned the corner to the lighter weights. That gave Marist a 10-6 lead. They held that lead when they took the loss at 113. Gabe Townsend, a freshman 14-8 over Mike Mullaney. And that brings us to our second swing match of the day, and the one that we're at right now, 120, Matt Rundle and Mark Duda. Duda with a 9-2 lead.
Right off of that 5-point move. Takedown, took him to his back, and got a near fall. And Rundle working from the bottom, trying to escape. Duda riding. No change, off the mat. Back to the center. Still 9-2, Rundle down. And we're going to have a caution red.
And the far duel is over with now. Schaumburg, Nutrier, not sure who won, but now all eyes are right here on the main mat in the gym.
And Rundle working an escape, and he's out. That brings score 9-3. And that's the end of the second period. Going into the third period, Duda still winning 9-3.
Wrestling fans, if you like what we're doing here, go to the homepage of IllinoisMatman.com and make a donation to our website. This broadcast is brought to you free of charge, IHSA TV and IllinoisMatman.com. A lot of great duels lined up for you guys. Mike Bear will be making a major announcement on the webpage very shortly, within the next few days. But feel free to make a donation to IllinoisMatman.com so we can keep bringing this to you.
Okay, third period. Still 9-3, working from the neutral position. And they're off the mat. Back to the center.
The IllinoisMatman.com rankings are out. Like them, love them, or leave them. They are posted at the top of the individual forums and on the homepage. Check your rankings out. Tell me who you like and who you don't, but they're there for you.
And they're off the mat. Rundle working for that tip, and Duda defending it.
Lots of ranked wrestlers in this duel today, by the way.
And a lot that will be ranked soon. Okay, third period, still 9-3. And there's a shot by Duda. He's in on the leg. Rundle defending. Got a whizzer in. Trying to break the grip. They're near the edge of the mat, and there's the two right at the edge. 11-3.
This is the 3A weight class, the highest level of Illinois wrestling, the bigger schools, and you're seeing some of the best wrestling in the country today.
11-4. Now here's the thing. Duda had the major, and he basically cut him, so it's a 7-point margin. (11-4), third period. Rundle in on a leg. Can he finish? He did. 2 points. And there goes the major decision. 11-6.
And in the state rankings here, Mark Duda is ranked 4th at 120 pounds, and Rundle is ranked 7th at 120 pounds. So 2 state-ranked top 10 wrestlers going at it for your pleasure today.
And there it is. That's victory. Mark Duda over Matt Rundle, 11-6. Now that was a swing match. The first swing match went to Oak Park. Second one now went to Marist.
It's all about the bonus points.
Okay. And here we go. At
126.
126.
Assuming that everything holds serve, this would be Nick Gaspara and Isaiah White for Oak Park.
Isaiah White for Oak Park. I think this is Casper. Yeah, that's David Casper.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, they did bump him. I had a feeling they would. Okay, first period, no score. We're at the 126-pound weight class. Now, Casper was a sixth-place finisher in the state tournament last year at 106 pounds. And Isaiah White was an IKWF champ last year.
And national champ, a member of the world team. Very, very highly thought of, and his services were sought out by a lot of schools.
Yeah, and at the preseason Southwest Kickoff Classic, he won, beating several nationally ranked wrestlers in the process.
And there's an example of what he can do right there. Yeah. Just a very smooth takedown. He's a very smooth wrestler, long and lanky, and he does it well. He does this sport very well. He's going to go a long way.
And he cuts him. So he's up 2-1. We're in the neutral. Back to the center.
I really think, and I've watched this kid wrestle for a long time, Isaiah White. I think you're looking at a future high school multiple-time state champ if everything falls in place.
He's probably one of the top 126 pounders in the state this year. Of course, the number one guy, Jared Cortez, is also one of the top-ranked nationally wrestlers.
Right.
There's a warning, stalling red for Casper.
White's got him on the run already, huh?
Yep. Okay, 2-1. White. There's a shot. Yeah, White is relentless on his feet.
Can I tell you why?
You probably will.
He's a Harvey Twister. He better be good on his feet.
And there's two.
I don't know very many Harvey Twisters that aren't good on their feet. If you know one, I don't know what weight he's wrestling. We even had heavyweights that were good on their feet.
Okay, we're still in the first period, 4-1, White on top.
Looking ahead here, do you see Marist going with Lavelle? Yeah, he's been the starter there.
Okay, that's the end of the first period, 4-1. Isaiah White on top. Marist defers, and White chooses down. Nope, changes it. He's going to go neutral.
Now, if he already picked it, that's a caution.
It's a caution.
Yes, he can't.
They're going neutral.
He already picked it.
Yeah.
Look at
and a shot right off the whistle. There's two. And looks like he's gonna cut him. Yep. That'll make it 6-2.
And in the background, I can hear Isaiah White's father, Walter White, himself a very solid wrestler in his day, yelling out instructions. It's just so hard to not do that, having been a dad. I mean, I used to ask my son, I said, do you hear me? He goes, yeah, but I try not to, but I hear you anyway.
Okay, 6-2, and it looks like White's getting ready to, there's another takedown.
Well, that was beautiful right there. Now that's technique. When you're trying to become a better wrestler, focus on your technique.
And there's another escape.
What I like about Isaiah White, he's a stalker. He's going to stalk you.
Okay, 8-3. Nope, off the mat.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think? All right.
White working. They're near the edge.
Casper better get going.
Yeah, he's going to get called again if he keeps back. In fact, the referee just said something to him. If he keeps backing up, he's going to get called. He needs to circle. If he wants to stay active, he's got to circle.
Let me ask you a question. You were a wrestler. You were a coach. This is varsity, top teams in the state. Yeah. Should the ref be really warning him that he's stalling, or should he just call it, and then that'll be his warning?
Well, you should call it.
I don't believe in babysitting varsity athletes.
And then they're Casper in on a shot. White's pulling the ankle in. It's going to be tough for him to finish in that position. There he's stepping behind.
How can that?
No, he's still got the leg locked up. There's two. Okay, 10-3.
So now here comes the cradle if he gets he didn't get it locked up.
Yeah, he can work a Turk from there too. Or he can come to the head. No, off the mat.
Well, if you're Casper now, you got to avoid giving up. big-time bonus points. You're going to give up one, maybe 1 point, but you don't want to give up 2 or a fall. You know, you don't want to get crazy with it. And you're still in this match if you wrestle.
Yeah, it's 10-3, and there's the end of the second period. For White, he can cut him. Well, he's going to start down, so if he gets the escape.
Isaiah White not in the state rankings. He's a freshman. We need to get that out there to you people in the land. Freshmen don't get ranked in November, but you can believe that Isaiah White will be ranked in this weight class before the new year approaches. But we had some people writing in wanting to know why a guy who's never wrestled a match but was an IHSA stud is not ranked. Here's an example. There was no better IKWF wrestler than this guy, and he's not ranked yet.
White working the escape, and they're off the mat. Oh, there's a caution. Caution red. And White comes up, looking to break the grip. Casper trying to bring him back to the mat. There it is. And he should be out. Nope. Casper's managing to hold on to the leg. So there's no change. No change. No change. That should be 1. Nope. He's going to get 2 for the reversal. So that's 12-3. Looking for a cradle. And they're off.
Looking ahead to 132, we got 2 state-ranked guys coming up. Larry Early ranked 3rd in the state for Oak Park River Forest, a super sophomore, and Mario Lavelli, he's ranked 7th in the state. So it just gets better and better and better with these 2 teams.
Yeah. Larry Early, of course, finishing 3rd in state last year. And he actually wrestled Lavelle in the De La Salle sectional. So they have met before.
And I asked Isaiah White before the match today, the match that we're currently watching. He said he hasn't wrestled this guy since kid level, but hell, he's only been a high school wrestler for like a week. But yeah, they did wrestle on the kid level, and Isaiah White won. He didn't go into the details of the score, just told me he won.
Okay, so we're looking at a 12-3 score here in the 3rd period. White riding, looking to turn.
You know, I'm watching the Marist.
Casper just surviving on the mat.
I'm watching the Marist coaches, and I'm just not getting a lot out of them right now in this match. Like, it's almost like they've conceded this match or something. What if you are Lavelli? I mean, if you're Casper, what do you want to do right now?
Well, now, that's it. It's over.
Yeah, well, you ain't going to do much right now.
So a major decision for White. So that's 4 more points for Oak Park team.
What was the final score?
12-3.
We're at a disadvantage here, wrestling fans, as we don't have a real good scoreboard that gives us the clock in our view. So that brings the team score.
Gasper. Now it looks like they put Gasper out on the mat against Early.
So Lavelle is not, or is he bumping up?
They're probably going to bump him, I'm thinking.
Okay.
And Gasper went on a shot. Early looking to, nope, they're off the mat. Back to the center, first period. We're now at the 132-pound weight class. Early in on a shot. Score, off the mat.
J.D. Oliva is calling me on my cell phone asking me how the duel is.
Close. It's close. Okay, still first period. No score. Early in it, nope, they're off.
Yeah, I think you're right. This says Gaspar. I'm looking at his dad in the stands. He's very, very intently watching. And you only do that when it's your kid.
Early still attacking the leg. Gasparo there's a single leg. He's in on a single. He's got the head. He's got to step over. That should, nope, not yet, not yet. No points, no points. Looking to finish. He's got to step over. He's got a cradle, it looks like.
Yeah, he
There's
does.
two. There's two.
It's locked, but he's got to go backwards.
He can't turn him, though.
He's got to go this way.
Yeah.
He's got to come to us. Suicide, baby. That's what I say. Straight across your back. Uh-oh.
No. He's going to try and walk it over. Looks like he's trying to walk it over. And he's trying. He's
right.
got him back in the middle of the mat.
Here we go.
Nope. Gasborough managed to. He managed to
He's
get out.
He's still got it.
And he's got the arm.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like there were no points. He's got a tilt.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice, Larry.
No, but the shoulders are off the mat. He's not going to get any points.
But it was just nice that he kept wrestling, that he kept working that pinning combination, that he didn't give up on it.
Okay, so it's 2-zip, and we're still in the first period. Early covers. He's still working that cradle. Up, and there's the end of the first period.
Larry Early, force wrestling. So if you're on Illinois Met Man and you see that big old banner, force wrestling. Why is his signature bigger than everyone else's, Mike Bear? Why?
Genetics. Okay, second period. And Early's out with an escape.
Oh, stepped out.
3-zip.
So if I'm not mistaken here, my mathematics, we have a tie duel, 13-13. Number 1 versus number 2. We're going to decide it today.
Okay, they're working. Second period on the neutral. Early in on a nice fireman's. Trying to finish. There it is. 2 points. Five-zip. Early in the lead and on top. Going for a crossface. Hard. Yep. Back to the wrist. Okay, Gaspy looks like he's going to cut him. And he does. There's 1 point for the escape, and they're off the mat.
If you do the math here, both teams have won 4 matches. Oak Park won 2 in a row, starting at 182, and then they won the last one.
There's Early with a takedown, looking for more. He's looking to lock that cradle. No, he's got back points.
Yeah.
He's got back points. Gasborough just hanging on the leg now. Okay, that's going to bring the match score 9-1. Early looking to lock the cradle up again. He doesn't have a crossface, though, so... No, he broke it. Okay, now he's going to work it. Now, back to the front. Gasborough pretty much defending right now on the bottom. He's not making an attempt to base up or escape. Okay, that's the end of the second period. It's 9-1.
We are at the 126 weight class, people are asking.
132.
132, right?
132. Yeah.
I got that
Gasborough
right.
weighed in at 126, but they bumped him to 32, which means they're probably going to bump Lavelle up to 38 and then Sears up to 45, possibly.
I refuse to write it down early now. I'm just going to let it happen because they're making switches here, as wrestling coaches do.
That's the beauty of a dual meet versus a tournament, the juggling of the lineups.
I knew a guy in college that all he ever did was warm up, but he never went in. He was like the setup guy. He was good, but...
Okay, 9-2, and we're back to the center of the mat. Now he's trying to set something up here, but it looks like Gasborough's looking for the same thing. Both going after the heads. Okay, back to the center. Still 9-2. Early leading 9-2. He's got the head and the wrist. He's looking for a shuck. Nope. Back up. And that should be 2. Okay, that's 2 for early. Brings the score 11-2. So right now he's leading by enough for a major decision.
And I was just looking into that in the all-important major dual race. Both. Uh-oh.
Nope. I don't think he got enough for points there. No. Oh, he did give him 2. Yep. 2
back.
2 back. So that's going to be 13-2. Now, at this point, if you're early, you wrestle smart. You got the major decision.
Right.
And he is. He's just going to put him on the feet. 1 point, so it's 13-3 now, neutral position. Gasper went on a shot.
Got to finish that, though. You can't just grab the leg and just sit there, because this is when the real battle starts, especially if you're losing. You're going to let him come up to his feet, you're going to be in trouble.
Early pressuring. He's going to try and come around for another take. There it is, 2 right at the buzzer.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
15-3, major decision. Larry Early, Oak Park over Nick Gasborough. And now we're going to 138.
So that's going to take our score to 17, major decision, 17-13 in favor of the Huskies.
Okay, and we're at 138 now. Jake O'Mara for Oak Park and Mario Lavelle for Marist.
138 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole key, what you're noticing here from both Marist and Oak Park, is they have some flexibility in their lineups.
Yes.
They can move people around to gain an advantage.
Yeah. And O'Mara's out. 2-1. O'Mara working a 2-on-1. And Lavelle trying to defend the leg. There's 2. 2 for O'Mara. And they're out. And I've got somebody blocking the scoreboard, standing right in front of it.
Well, we're going to have to get that guy moved. We're going to definitely have to get him moved. There you go.
And there's an escape. That should bring the match. Yep, tied, 3-3. First period, still tied, 3-3.
We are in our 10th match of the day. 4 to go after this one. Pretty even duel, 17-13 in favor of number 2, Oak Park River Forest. Number 3. Who is 2?
Sandberg.
Oh, the state champs. Forgot about those guys.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Eagles?
Okay, 3. And they're off the mat.
You know, and that's typical Sandberg. They're just over there in New Lenox doing their thing. You know, you kind of forget about them, and then state tournament time, here they come.
And there's Lavelle in on a shot. Nothing yet. O'Mara sprawling, trying to pressure the head, trying to trap the leg.
Good job with the heavy hips.
Yeah. And there's a stalemate.
And that's a good lesson right there. If the guy shoots in on you, if you get a chance to put your hips on him, you put them on him and you weigh him down.
And O'Mara trying to get that 2-on-1. Lavelle grabs the leg. Edge of the mat, pretty much a stalemate position.
I'll tell you
There
what.
it is, end of the first period.
I'm impressed with Marist at the edge of the mat. Now, you know, I'm not a big fan of edge wrestling, but if you're going to do it well, and they do it well, both defensively and offensively.
Okay, we're start of the second period, 3-3.
Nice. Ooh. It looked like that hurt, but it didn't.
Okay, not much happening. Looks like O'Mara trying for a tilt, but he better be careful. Okay, he's got the wrist tied up. Still no score. Still no score, no change. No. And that's an escape. Four to 3. Lavelle in the lead now. Oof.
What do we got going on here? Injury time?
Yeah, looks like he got poked in the eye.
I used to hate that. Now I'm doing well. Now this guy gets a chance to go get some coaching and some water, and I'm just on a roll. You know, you got to hate it. I guess it's a part of the sport, but wow. It always comes at the wrong time. Well, meanwhile, let's look back at what we've got so far. We've got 5 wins for Oak Park River Forest, 4 for Marist, with 4 matches plus this one to go. You know, it's a really close duel, 17-3 in favor of Oak Park. If you are Marist from this point forward, looking ahead at our lineups, what do you think should be their strategy?
Well, they've still got, I don't know who they're going to put out on the mat at 145. They weighed in 3 guys.
Right.
Against Gahagan. And then, of course, you've got Kamal Bay coming up at 150. Dante Mahomes at 160.
A little bit more experience right there, I would think.
There, Lavelle's in on a shot, trying to finish. He's trying to finish. No score yet. No score, and they're off the mat. Okay, Lavelle's still winning, 4-3. We're in the second period. Neutral position. Caution green. Okay. Off the mat. Back to the center. Tight match.
So far, who's been the most impressive wrestler you've seen today so far? I mean, they're all good, but anyone
I thought Duda's win at 120 was impressive, and I thought White's win at 126 was impressive. And I got to say, I thought Lukanich wrestled a good match, too, at 106.
This is looking like a swing match to me, man. I'm thinking Marist needs this match. What do you think? Should we call it a swinger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd call it a swing match. They're pretty evenly matched. It's a tight score right now. And it's one Oak Park would want to win, but uh-oh. There's trouble. There's 2. 6-3. Lavelle in the lead. Now, illegal hold.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. That'll make it 6-4.
You're saying he grabbed the face, the headgear and pulled it? Boy, Marist is not happy today at all. You can see Coach Heffernan in your screen right there, wrestling fans. He's not a happy guy.
And O'Mara trying to get a reverse. No score yet. Lavelle hanging on to the leg, and there's the end of the second period. So Lavelle will take a 6-4 lead into the third period. And O'Mara's going down. Lavelle covering. Here we go, third period, 6-4. And there's the escape, 6-5. O'Mara going in for the 2-on-1 again.
Foul.
And they're off. And he's going in for the 2-on-1, and Lavelle's blocking. No. They're off the mat.
Did your chair go on you? Yeah, it did. Go get you another chair. I'll take care of this. This doesn't look good. No, look right there. That chair is a bad chair. I wouldn't sit in it. Oh, my co-host lost his chair there.
Technical difficulty. The chair broke. Was too much Thanksgiving turkey. Okay, 6-5. Lavelle in on a shot. O'Mara sprawl.
Pull that in.
He's trying to pull it in. He's pulling it in.
Far right.
And there it is. That's 2. 8-5.
Definitely a swing match. Definitely.
Yep. We're in the third period. Lavelle riding the wrist tough. Now he switches back to the wrist. O'Mara working to escape, and he's out. 8-6.
Yeah, I got to agree with Will.i.am. He says the Marist kid is stalling. But I think he's just playing his cards, smoothly.
Yeah.
Got to get going.
2 points. 2-point lead for Marist. 8-6. Lavelle ahead of O'Mara. And we're here at the 138-pound weight class.
I sure wish I could see the time on the clock right about now.
Yeah, this was a smart move by Marist because they bumped their state qualifier up from 132 to face O'Mara instead of having him wrestle early.
Right.
And that's it. That's a win for Marist, a decision, 3 points.
8-6 win.
8-6 decision.
They stopped the run by Oak Park, who had won the last 2 matches in a row. Both teams have won 5 with 4 to go.
And now we're at 145. Johnny Gahagan for Oak Park, and I don't know who the Marist kid is.
Well, it's supposed to be. Well,
they weighed in 3 at 105. It could be Hodorowitz.
We got to find out. I'll do some research. Hey, Marist. Hey, Coach. Who's that on the mat for you?
Oh, so they bumped Matt Sears up from 138 to 145.
Yeah.
Yep. There's 2.
And I got to look up Matt Sears. I know he was in the lineup for them last year. Let me see where he's at in our state rankings. So he's normally a 38. Yes, he is ranked 12th at 138.
Okay, so Sears leads 2-0. Gahagan coming up on the stand-up. Oh,
a pin here would be huge.
It would be. And he gets a 3-point near fall, up 5-0.
Gahagan is honorable mention in the rankings also at this weight class.
Injury. Been a lot of injury time in this duel.
I was just about to say that. And that's what happens. You got stud against stud. Something's got to give. With 3 matches to go, at this point now, we've got a team score. Let me get this added up.
After this 3 matches.
Right.
And we'll finish at 170.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've got it 17 for Oak Park and 16
so
for
it's
Marist.
17-16.
Wow.
Yeah.
we have had 1, 2, 3 lead changes in this duel.
Yeah.
Wrestling fans, if you couldn't be here, this is the best place to be. Illinois Madman and IHSA.TV. We are together. We're married. We're doing it, and we're right here at Marist. Don't forget to make a donation to IllinoisMadman.com on the homepage of IllinoisMadman.com. That's how we keep these things coming to you for free. It is the holiday season, the time of giving.
Oh, and Gahagan just came with a roll through and a very nice reversal, and he lost it. Okay, 5-2 and an escape. It should be 6-2 right now.
I don't know, swing match or not, you know. You got guys bumped up here. I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. The action slowing down just a little bit after that.
Don't forget, immediately following the duel, we will have the winning coach and probably a wrestler or two interviewed immediately following the duel. So stick around, wrestling fans. We're going to get some action going after the duel, just like during the duel.
Okay, off the mat. Tie up. Gahagan looked like he was trying something there, and Sears countered with a whizzer, and that's the end of the period.
I'm very impressed with both these teams. I'm pretty sure we'll be covering these teams come March or late February, you know, for the team championship. Hopefully they send Marist somewhere other than near Sandburg.
Well, Marist is hosting a regional again, so hopefully they'll send Sandburg to maybe Lockport or, you know, so they're not in the same regional again like last year.
We need those 3 teams downstate, Marist, Sandburg, and Oak Park. Yeah. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
IHSA.TV, IllinoisMatmen.com.
Hey, second period. Gahagan on the bottom. Sears on top and leading 5-1. And there's an escape. 5-2, back in the neutral position. Sears leading. Sears from Marist leading 5-2. A little bit of head slapping. Yep.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Our referee today, Matt Hennebree.
And it looks like we got blood time now.
First time I've seen Matt on a match of this proportion. And, you know, these guys are all assigned. You don't know, but I'm pretty sure he's qualified. He's got the patch on the left arm and doing a nice job, although the people from Marist aren't totally happy with him. But, you know, that's just wrestling, you know. That's just the way it goes. Nice little duel we got going here. 17-16 in favor of Oak Park. Oak Park last had the lead back at the 220 match, the third match of the day, when they were ahead 6-3. Lots of swing changes. What do you think about this environment, though, that we're in here today with Marist, you know, opening the doors here? I mean, it's a great environment, wrestling fans. No excuses for the weather or nothing. Just come on down here and watch. You still got time. But what do you think, Matt?
Oh, it's great.
Well, special shout out to the Marist administration for helping us put this all together. Head coaches, ADs, the IT guy, just everybody came together to make this duel happen. We'll be traveling all over the state this year to cover a lot of duels. With a big time announcement to let you know what our plans are. But this is the first of many. So if you can't make it out to see your favorite nationally ranked team wrestle, we'll be there with IllinoisMatman.com and IHSA TV. Back to action.
And here we go. 5-2, neutral position. Second period. Sears versus Gahagan. There's a shot by Sears, whizzer by Gahagan. And it looks like Sears tried something that did not work. He gave up the takedown. 5-4.
Mike Baird, just want to let you know I just got a text message from the Extreme Cardinal, said he's checking us out. And, Mac, we look good. Thanks, EC, one of the greatest posters in the history of IllinoisMadman.com. Extreme Cardinal and his two great sons. Solid wrestlers.
Yes. And there's Gahagan working on top, trying to turn. Got the legs in. Nothing so far. Working the head. Score 5-4. That's the end of the second period. And Sears is going to choose bottom. He's leading 5-4. He takes down. Gahagan's going to choose optional. Optional start. And he cuts him 6-4.
You know, I'm afraid to look ahead. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Kamal Bay at 152 for Oak Park, but I have no idea what Marist might do. They got well, they only have one guy weighed in at 52, but they got two other guys that didn't wrestle. So,
okay, 6-4, tight match and a tight duel. And there's a shot by Sears. He's in pretty deep, but Gahagan, whizzer, out of it. Sears trying to go behind. Whizzer. And we're in a little bit of a scramble here. We're right at the edge of the mat. Now Sears has the leg hooked. If he can limp arm that arm out, he'll get the takedown. Gahagan still hanging tough with the whizzer. And that's it. They're off the mat.
I want to send a shout out to one of the great little new wrestlers coming up through the ranks now, Jason Renteria. His kid just went out and won Tulsa last weekend, and he's watching online.
Okay, we're back to the neutral position. 6-4, Sears is leading. And there's a shot. Nothing. Inside leg trip, miss, they're off. Back to the center, both up.
Got to request Mike Baird for us to go down and cover the clash. I don't know, man.
Well, I'll be there regardless. But
so we will have
there.
some form of coverage. We're going to give him a camera, and he can at least do some spot coverage.
And Gahagan trying to chin whip. Nope. Sears was in on another shot.
Six to four, close match. Close match.
There's a shot by Sears. Gahagan sprawls. Nothing. He's in a tie-up, and he's got the leg. Uh-oh, body lock. Nope, wizard out of it. A little bit of a scramble. We're coming to the end of the third period. Nothing. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. And that's it. Marist gets another win.
6-4.
6-4 decision.
That's a big win. That
puts them back in the lead, 19-17. It is a big win, especially considering we're finishing at 170 pounds. And it looks like he's putting Zach Pickering out at 52.
Interesting. I thought that Bay won the wrestle off between
he
these
did.
two.
He did. This is just a lineup change by Coach Powell.
So Zach Pickering, and for Marist,
he could. What we may see is Bay bumping to 160 and Mahomes bumping to 170.
Right. So now who we got for Marist here? We're going to have to find out again. Hang on, wrestling fans. Let me go do some research.
That's Hordowitz. Hodorowitz. Ray Hodorowitz from Marist. He weighed in at 145, so they bumped him. And we got Zach Pickering for Oak Park.
Hodorowitz.
Yeah, Ray Hodorowitz. And here we are at 152 pounds, first period, neutral.
Not every day you see a guy with 3 zeros or O's in his name. And you can hear the Marist coaches yelling out, that's not an advantageous position for Hodorowitz.
And he attempts a shuck there by Pickering. Still got the head trapped. Edge of the mat. He's in on the legs, but they're at the edge. No, he got nothing. Okay, they're off the mat. They're coming back to center. First period.
Neither wrestler state ranked at this point of their season. Almost can say this is a swing match. 19-17 in favor of Marist.
Yeah, two guys filling in.
This could send the duel one way or another. We had two matches left after this, 160 and 170.
Yeah, Hodorowitz with the head slap in there. Pickering with a lunge. 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Stalling red. They're near the edge of the mat, and they're off.
Do you think he was circling, or do you think he was stalling? No, your opinion. Forget the ref.
Yeah.
I don't care about it. We got his opinion. I mean, to me, kind of like he did a half circle.
When Pickering got the 2-on-1, he clearly was backing up, trying to stay out of trouble. He's doing a lot of head slapping. Pickering's trying to work inside. Snap down, nothing. And there's the end of the first period.
See, that's what I mean by your opinion. No one wants my opinion. I don't know, Jack, but you know stuff.
Okay, he deferred. All right, so Pickering chooses down.
Oh, wow.
And there's an escape. Pickering takes a 1-0 lead, second period.
Well, you know what I love about Oak Park wrestlers?
A lot of head slapping.
You know what I like about Oak Park wrestlers? You don't have to go looking for them. They're right there in the middle of the mat.
Yep. And they're off.
And you know what? I would be remiss. I talked about the Marist coaching staff. I'm looking at Jeremy Powell, college-level national champ, a state champ that used to wrestle for St. Rita on the coaching staff. Is that Mike Boyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Boyd.
Mike Boyd.
You know, so, I mean, Coach Powell.
And, of course, Coach Powell.
Yes. And the longtime assistant to his left.
Collins.
I mean, no shortage there. Oak Park, 1 year removed from a state title and a state finalist last year, right?
Well, 2 years. They were 2009 state champs. Right. 2011, they were Elite 8, lost to Minooka first round. Last year, they were runner-up.
And Marist, since Heffernan took over, one of the fastest rising programs in the area.
And Hodorowitz in on a shot. Pickering defending. No score. No points yet. No points. No points. And it looks like Pickering was able to scoot out of it. So it's still 1-0. We're back to the center now. Second period. This match is probably going to come down to whichever guy makes a mistake.
Marist has won the last two matches, and they lead 2-1 in the swing matches.
Yeah. And you got two right at the edge.
Yeah, it was.
Last second. Wow.
Marist caught a little bit of that edge wrestling on themselves that time. a little bit of their own medicine on that one.
Okay, 3-0. Fedorowicz is down.
This broadcast will be archived on IHSA.tv, so you can go home, you can look at it again.
Pickering covering, puts the legs in. And that's the end of the second period. So we're coming down to the third period, another close match and a close duel.
As it should be, number 1 versus number 3, number 12 in the country versus number 13. We'd be disappointed if it was, not close. Mike Bair drove all that way to do all this work for you. Wrestling fans, it better be close.
3-0. Pickering in on a single leg, looking to finish, trying to pull him on the mat. He's trying to step over. Nope, they're out.
And we're going to the table again, are we? No, he's not.
No,
I guess he's not. I love Mike Powell. He's always doing something over there. And he's not 100%. Imagine if he's 100%, he'd be like a jumping bean.
Okay, neutral position, third period, 3-0, Pickering in the lead. A lot of head slapping. And they're off. And he's in on a shot. Nope, they're off. They're off. Off the mat.
We'll peek at the clock there by Pickering.
Yeah.
Wish we could peek at the clock.
And he's in on a shot. Oh, there's 2.
Yep.
There's 2. That's 2 mistakes that gave up 2 takedowns. Pickering up now 5-0.
I wonder what year Horowitz is. Pickering's a
senior.
The battle of the unranked kids here. That's all right. A match like this, a duel like this can put you on the map. I'm sure Rob Sherrill's listening, watching, will see this duel. He'll get something out of this for his statewide rankings.
And here we go. Third period. There's a caution.
When I'm looking around this gym, Mac, a lot of former all-state wrestlers, national champions, a lot of big-time East Suburban wrestlers in the gym, West Suburban. I mean, just a lot of good people here watching this today.
And Pickering looks like he was trying something. He got a little high there. He needs to be careful. He needs to wrestle smart. He's got a 5-0 lead, third period. He can give up and escape.
Sit back on him.
What he can't do is make a bad mistake.
Well, he doesn't want to give up
5-1.
No 5-point moves. Just no 5-point moves. Stay on your feet, circle, wrestle smart.
Okay, here we are, third period, 5-1 in favor of Pickering.
He took a little fake shot, and that didn't do anything for him to get his head
working ahead.
stuck.
He's trying to scoot around. Pickering from the sprawl, trying to get around, and that looks like another takedown.
But see, that's because of the bad shot by Horowitz. I mean, it wasn't really a shot, half fireman.
Okay, 7-1.
One thing I learned
dangerous
with the Harvey Twisters, if you're going to do a move, do it. There's no point in doing a half move. There's no point in doing a shot without a setup. Those are 2 things that I learned for my next wrestling match that I wrestled in my career.
Okay, third period. Pickering up 7-1. Lets him go. Looking at the clock. And there it is, 7-2. Decision, Oak Park, Pickering over Fedorowicz, Marist. And now, here we go. You've got Kamal Bay bumping all the way up to 160.
For Oak Park.
And I believe that's Dan Drew for Marist.
Bay was a freshman.
Runner-up in IKWF.
Solid wrestler, and you can just tell he's going to be good.
Look at the size difference.
Oh.
In on a single. Can he finish? Can he finish? And Drew spinning. Yep, they're off.
What did you have for the final score on the 152?
It was 7-2 decision.
Which brings our team score to 20-19 in favor of the Huskies. Another lead change.
Yeah. Bay needs to be careful because he's given up a lot of weight. He needs to stay out of trouble, stay active.
Yeah,
okay, we're back to the center, and it's neutral position here. First period, no score.
Yeah, look at Dan Drew's arms. He hasn't walked past the weight room and not gone in, huh?
There's a shot. Sprawl. Drew looking to spin around. Bay looking to get out of a bad position. And they're off. Whoa.
And they throw him through the Marist bench. Through the Marist bench. And Bay jumps up and runs back to the middle. You got to love it, though, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
Illinois wrestling. Illinois wrestling. That's what we do here. Keep wrestling.
Now, still no score.
J.D. Oliva still hitting me up on my cell phone for scores. He must not get the broadcast.
Okay, still no score. First period. Bay Oak Park versus Drew Marist.
This whole duel's going down to the end, baby. You can just see it coming. It's going down.
It's going to be a tight one.
Buckle up, wrestling fans. We're on a ride, as we always are with Oak Park. Remember the state finals last year?
Yeah.
Edge of the seat wrestling. This is what you want.
Bay up, trying to escape. Looking for wrist control, and he's out. 1-0 in favor of Bay. They're working in a center, neutral position. Oh, and Bay takes him down to his back.
That's huge. He stuck him.
Oh, my gosh, that was huge.
Whoa, the freshman sensation.
Caught him with a throw. Caught him with a throw.
Wow. Well, can I say it now? Harvey Twister. Don't go upstairs unless you're ready to play in the.
That's an athletic kid right there.
Wow.
That is an athletic kid.
Fall.
Wow. That was big. That's huge. That's huge.
I wish I had a time.
He's forfeiting. In fact, Powell's forfeiting 170. It's over.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
That makes the final score 25-19, and they're booing because of the forfeit.
Well, because he was going to wrestle Devontae Mahomes as a 160-pounder up against 170. And what's he saying? Yeah, he's forfeiting.
He's forfeiting
to Benoit.
Wow. So give me a final score. It was 2019 going in.
And
you got a
pin. You got a pin.
So we got 5.
26 and another and a forfeit, so it's 26-25. Oak Park River Forest pulls it out. So number 3 beats number 1.
Change in rankings. I'm going to go get Mike Powell right now. Keep us going here. I'm going to go get Mike. I'm going to go get Mike Powell. We're going to stay here, stay live with Mike. You can hit him right here if you can read my writing, or we can come back and do it.
Okay.
Give me 30 seconds.
Well, that's it, folks. It came down to the wire, and it was a good one. It ends on a forfeit, but Oak Park comes out with a win, 26-25. We would have had a 170-pound matchup between Alex Benoit, who was 5th in state last year, and Devontae Mahomes, who was 3rd in state at a lower weight class. Mahomes would have been wrestling up. But as it is, Mike Powell just said, that's enough. We'll forfeit it and go away with a win, 26-25. And just, I guess, a quick recap. Again, the meet started at 182 pounds. Oak Park got a win from Joe Areola over Ethan Benoit. And then Andre Lee with an 11-8 upset over Josh Pruitt. Then Marist came back with Josh Hickey getting a win at 220, 6-1 over Malik Brumont. Tom Howell with a major at 285 over Adam Lemke-Bell. Then Nick Lukanich with a win over Bobby Campos.
Hey, how you going to do it? Right there. Pinch hitter, Mike's coming.
And looks like we're going to try and get an interview here. Then Gabe Townsville with a 14-8 win at 113 pounds over Mike Mullaney. And then a key match at 120. Two state runner-ups, Mark Duda over Matt Rundle. And Isaiah White at 126 pounds for Oak Park, 5-time IKWF champ, freshman phenom, 12-3 major decision over Dave Casper. Larry Early with a win over Nick Gasborough. And then Mario Lavelle with a win over Jake O'Mara at 138. Matt Sears with a 6-4 win over John Gahagan at 145. Zach Pickering with a 7-2 win over Ray Podorowicz. And then Kamal Bell with a big pin at 160 pounds. And then the forfeit at 170. And so our score final 26-25, Oak Park River Forest Huskies over the Red Hawks of Marist.
And as we're waiting to get Mike Powell, he wanted to talk to his team first. He's going to come up and talk. I've got a special guest, and like I said, a lot of luminaries in the crowd today. And I was just able to catch one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, except when he was wrestling my son. But he's here wrestling, ranked number 1 in the country. Number 2?
Yeah, I lost last weekend.
Oh, what the hell. Well, anyway, it's Dalton Bullard, Elmhurst Division III stud, All-American.
Yep.
You know, he's got the night. That's a sweet little thing they give you, isn't it, for All-American?
Yeah.
And, you know, talk to me real quick about Elmhurst. You guys are hot right now. I'm trying to get Mike Bear to come do that duel in February.
Okay.
When you guys wrestle at home, your last, probably be your senior match, your last match.
Well, fortunately, we have the regional is held at Elmhurst too. So I mean, that's something that's pretty intriguing to come out to. But
well, we got to look into that. But
we're working hard. There's I think the new rankings just came out. We have now 5 guys ranked, I believe. I think 125's ranked.
We're live right there. Look in that camera. Show these girls your pretty face and your cauliflower ear. You want a wrestler? There he is.
133, I think 141. We got a freshman at 149 who's coming along. He's gonna be tough at the end of the year. And then I'm trying to think. 74 right now. Right now we have a ranked guy, but Mikey Benefield's dropping down to 174, and then we're gonna see. They're gonna have a wrestle off, but Mikey is.
He's Mike
tough.
Benefield. Hey, Superman, come on, you know the deal.
Yeah, he's my roommate. And
wow, you guys got to have a wild room.
No, I mean, we have an apartment, a 2-bedroom, but he's helped me a lot. He's a tough guy. He's very straightforward, and he's helpful a lot. Then we got Joe Rao at 184, and he's number 1 in the country.
All-American.
All-American.
Stud, picked to win it all.
He's the toughest guy on our team, and he drives our team to work hard every day. But yeah, we're doing some good things there. We finally, I think, are believing that something special can happen this year. With Coach Marinetti behind us, there's really nothing that we can't do.
I understand that. It's pretty nice to have a guy that's been to the top of the podium in the NCAA to kind of guide you along. But, Mac, this guy's right there in your neighborhood, man. You going to get over to see some Elmhurst wrestling this year?
Probably.
Probably. You got to. I mean, we wrestle North Central at North Central, so it's not too far. I think the Chicagoland area needs to start supporting us.
Well, and that's why I want to broadcast one of your duels. I'm going to talk to Mike Bear. I'm going to twist his arm. It's not all, Illinois Madman can't only be about high school wrestling.
Yeah.
We're going to expand our IKWF coverage.
Yeah.
We're going to do some stuff with the colleges. And, I mean, because it'll be really bad if you guys win the national title and we don't really cover you with a duel.
Well, Marinetti's been in the state for his entire life. He's wrestled at the University of Illinois where he won a national title, and then now he's coaching. And, I don't know what, we're ranked third in the country right now, but I feel like we're ready to compete at the national duels. So,
who's your competition?
Who's my competition?
Yeah.
Well, the team's competition at the top. Wartburg, obviously.
Wartburg, Augsburg, lacrosse. There's a few different teams, but they're all at the top, and they're all looking to do the same thing, and that's win. So. I'm pretty excited about it.
Hey, tell me about what you saw here today, man. I mean, you were a high school elite wrestler. You're known, between you and my son, you guys are probably two of the most famous guys to never win a state title, but to be right there. So you've lived this life of being in big matches. What did you see today?
Well, I came out because, not many times does the state of Illinois have, two nationally ranked teams face off in the beginning of the year. And, I think it's important to support the sport within the state, and especially when you have two powerhouse programs like this, you can't miss it. We have to support this so stuff like this continues to happen, and also to give these guys an atmosphere where two top 20 programs in the country should be performing in front of,
Well, check this out. I just got stopped by a fan when I went down to go get you.
I saw that.
And this guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he's one of the most famous wrestlers. He was a state level guy back in his day and a coach, and he said that the fact that Oak Park didn't wrestle that last duel is why people don't like wrestling.
Nah,
and I disagree with that. I mean, my kid wrestled for Mount Carmel, and that coach there was famous for dropping you off the mat once he got the lead.
Well, from what I understand, Devontae was being bumped up, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So he's getting bumped up. I mean, it's a coach's decision if you're going to bump your guy up. At the end of the day, there was a lot of tension just because that decided the duel. I like it. You don't get too many duels where there's a gym full of crazy people, and that's why I love wrestling.
Well, these two programs are like boom, boom,
You might notice some of the other spectators, they're wearing Carl Sandburg uniforms. And just might have been watching this duel for some reason.
Well, there's the number 2 guy in the state, number 1 in his weight class, Ricky Robertson, right there.
And he's got to be top 10 in the country.
Oh, God, is he a stud.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was great for wrestling regardless of how it ended out. Marist couldn't have won the duel once the fall happened.
Yeah.
So, it's debatable. Do you wrestle a match for the fans? What if the kid gets hurt?
Yeah,
a lot of ways of looking
I think
at
a lot of people just, had their emotions on their sleeve, and once that pin happened, you're going to be upset regardless. And then because it happened so fast, of course they're going to just be upset. But, that's just fans, and fans need to make sure they be fans and support it and be fans. Coaches and wrestlers, they decide the outcome of the match. Besides that, you just let them be who they are in the stands. But as long as they don't, come out and affect any of the thing, then it's not a problem. But yeah, some of these fans, they got a lot of energy, which is good. But they have to remember that they're fans supporting wrestling, and support your team as best you can. But that's about it.
No, you're right. I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna leave it with Mac or let you get out of here. I got to go line up a couple more interviews before the print media gets them. But being a certified writer for Illinois Madman, you can send us a story every now and then. I think the fans will read it. I already read about your new blog thing you got going, but we need some stuff too, baby. This is IllinoisMadman.com, #1 wrestling website in the state, and we need your input. You're a great writer. You're a great ambassador for a sport. I'm pretty positive that after you get through finishing competing this year and get that bracket board, you're going to get back into coaching.
Yes.
And we would be remiss without mentioning that your former team, the University of Illinois, what about those guys, man? Talk about those guys with Mac for a minute. I'm going to step out for a minute, wrestling fans. Go get some more guys.
All right. Well,
I'm trying to grab anybody.
Okay, just actually, I want to ask you more about the CCIW.
Okay.
Which when I wrestled many, many years ago, and I'm not going to mention which year exactly, but for Tim Dodge at Augustana.
Yep, I know Tim. He reffed a lot of my matches growing
and probably one of the best refs in the state of Illinois.
Yeah,
and
he was,
and I can honestly say he was a great college coach.
yeah.
But Elmhurst was one of our rivals, wrong. But who are your rivals within the conference?
Well, the conference itself is building up. You got a coach like Eric Juergens at Augustana, and Juergens is an unbelievable coach. I love watching him compete. I love watching him coach. You got Jim Grunwald at Wheaton, and you got Steve Marinetti at Elmhurst, and you got Bratland at Naperville, Naperville North, or sorry,
North Central.
North Central. I know it's in Naperville, but we have great coaches in the area, and I think people need to be aware of the CCIW. The CCIW, I think, is taking place in Wheaton College, I think, this year.
Wheaton College is hosting?
I think. Somebody had to double check, but it's around.
Okay, when would that be? When March?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be in March, but I'll let you guys go with him. Before, I just want to, can I plug something?
Sure.
I'm going to plug, if anybody's interested, I'm doing like a little a podcast thing, getting some wrestlers on, talking. Check out the Dalton Bullard Wrestling Podcast.weebly.com. It's a free site. You can watch some interesting interviews. I interviewed Coach Heffernan, and hopefully I can get Coach Powell here in a couple weeks. But all right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to bring in the winning head coach, Mike Powell.
Yeah, you need to put that on so you can hear and everything. Here, put it right there on Mac Boland's paper there. Your fan club's right there in that red light, Coach.
Okay.
And,
Should I look at that red light?
Well, yeah, because I'm not as pretty as the red light, so you can feel free to look at the red light.
I'm going to stare at everybody out there. I'm just going to look at you. All right.
Okay. Hey, Coach, big win today. I mean, 26-25. You won by the way that you lost the duel downstate. Just talk about your emotions and how about today.
I'm hammering with our guys that, win or lose, we're just here to wrestle our hardest, and I feel like we did a little bit of that, and we have some room to grow. So that was not as satisfying win as it would have been at the end of the year. I feel like our kids are great kids, and we're a very young team. And ironically, our young guys really stepped up today. But we need our seniors and juniors to really go out there and let themselves wrestle. And we had, half our starting lineup's been out half the year for football and injuries and this and that, or skin issues, and so we're not in the condition that we wanted to be. But that young man there, Kamal Bay's got a lot of heart.
Yes, sir. My plan is I'd like to talk to him for a couple of minutes before you get out this place.
Okay.
I know you got to go. But, I got you winning 7 matches today. Obviously, there was a few people that wanted to wrestle that last match, but you were up by 1 point.
We didn't do the state finals thing. Mahomes is hurt.
Okay.
So, he's wrestling just if we needed him. And we wrestled him in a warm-up match today, and he's been, it is what it is. I know the coaches were upset, but I would always wrestle our guy. We have, Benoit's a stud, and we're bumping up a small 60-pounder, and if we didn't need it, we weren't gonna risk his elbow. So. And
talk a little bit about the flexibility with your lineup today. You moved a few guys around, moved some guys up.
There was a good payoff. Zach Pickering. Yeah, I dropped it on him. He was our 45 that bumped to 52. I dropped it on him last night. Completely my fault that he had to certify 45 today. I thought it was next week, and so he was up till 10:30 last night. Cutting. He was 56 or something. So he made.
Oh, wow.
He really worked his. So to come in here and then wrestle and win a big match like that was great. And he did the same thing for Team Illinois at the national duels. He's got a lot of heart. So.
And Coach, I'm going to go to Mac, and then I've got one last question. I'm going to let you round the troops up. Mac?
Okay, you decided to bump Bay up all the way to 160. Now, we saw the size difference was obvious. But being that he's an athletic kid and you felt that he could handle the match, and obviously he pulled the duel away, what was your thought process while you were watching the dual meet evolve? When you came to the point to say, hey, I got to bump them?
Well, we thought we were going to win 38 and 45. And, those were winnable matches. Their kids wrestled tough and took it from us, We're going to go back to the drawing board on that. But if we won those, then we're not going to bump. And, so it was kind of a,
So was the losses at 138 and 145 when you said?
If it would have been in the bag at that point had Kamal wrestled 52 and Devontae at 60, those are probably matches that we're favored in, and that would close the door. So, but it is what it is. We dropped some that I really thought we should have got, and we're going to focus on getting our guys in Johnny Gahagan is in terrible shape because he was in a walking cast for 8 weeks. So, and he went out and he really wrestled hard and got caught. And, I don't question his heart. I don't question Jake's. Jake's a hard worker. But he got a concussion right before the season. He had to sit out. So, we got to get those guys in. And I'm not making excuses. They should have won their matches. But, we got to go back to the drawing board and really focus on getting our team in Oak Park condition. We're pretty well known for being a good condition team, and that was a bit embarrassing. But we'll be ready. We'll be ready come the clash and the big ones. So.
Your team's always ready, Coach. I just want to thank you for coming up here and talking with us for a minute. I know you got a nice bus ride back to the west side.
Yes,
and
sir.
You know what I love about you, Coach? Beyond watching you coach, every time I've interviewed you, you've never been satisfied with a win. That means there's always more to do.
I try not to, I try to be the balance. I don't want to be overly negative. We love our guys a lot. We spend a lot of time with them, but if you're not getting better, you're either staying the same or getting worse. So I'm very proud of the team. I'm very proud of the way they've come together already this year. I feel like they really love each other, and I think we have a really bright future ahead of us this year and in the future. So and
you may see these guys again.
Oh, I think probably 3 or 4 times. That's a good team.
That was a warm-up. Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And one more time, I always say this, and it's always true. Thanks for everything you do at Illinois Met, man. I really appreciate it.
And now we're linked with IHSA .tv, so this went nationwide.
IHSA.tv. Thanks.
Thank you. Got another special guest for you, wrestling fans. I'm going to bring in the head coach from Marist, and then I've got a all-state wrestler here if I can get him in here too. But right now we're going to bring in the head coach from Marist, Coach Heffernan.
How's it going?
Let me start you out on some positive stuff. I'm feeling the beard, man. That's a new look. I know it's November,
it is,
but did you just go mustache and then just kept going? And talk to us about the beard.
No, it was a look I tried out last spring, actually, and I decided to go back with it for the winter. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, now that I got you smiling, thoughts on the duel?
It was a lot of fun. It's exactly what you want this time of year to test your guys. Great atmosphere. I think obviously there's tons of stuff we need to work on. I'm sure Coach Powell said the same thing.
Yes.
I was just talking with Seth Swartz. You're saying we always have win, lose, or draw. We always tell our guys November never matters. What matters is what you do between November and February, because February is where it counts. February is for real, is what we tell our guys.
Oh.
So, obviously we wanted to come out with a win, but it's not the end of the world. Actually every single one of us, when we were walking through the line at the end, the coaches were like, man, I hope we see you guys again in February.
Oh, I have no doubt that you'll see them again unless the IHSA bracketing gods get involved like they did last time. Somehow, some way, we got to get you guys away from Sandberg. But, in case I forget, let me do it right now. Really want to thank you for the Illinois wrestling community, for Marist, your team administration and your school administration for hosting us here. We're now linked with IHSA.tv, so this went nationwide, statewide. A lot of people saw a lot of good wrestling today, and that's because the Marist Red Hawks invited us into their home. We know it didn't work out the way you wanted it to, but first we had to get in here to show the world, and we appreciate that.
Well,
and thank Mike Baer, too, because he put a lot of work on this.
I'm glad it worked out. I know there was, I think, a lot that went into it, so I'm glad it worked out.
We're going all over the state. We're going to see you guys again, Coach. Mac, what do you got for Coach?
Just a couple of questions real quick about the duel itself.
Yep.
You've got a lineup from 170 to 285 that's all state qualifiers and some all-staters.
Mm-hmm.
The duel started at 182, and between 182 and 285, did you think going in that you would probably get more points during that stretch?
Well, we knew a couple bouts would be really, really tough. We expected 82 and 95 to be toss-ups, basically. Because Pruitt, if you know anything about him, is almost always a slow starter. But, we were hoping, obviously, for bonus points at 220 and 285. But it's another situation where we got a guy, Josh Hickey, who's just coming out of football. He's obviously been with us just about every practice. But at the end of the year, he's a much different wrestler. He kind of his wrestling, I guess, mat sense and knowledge isn't where it needs to be right now. You know, you see him, he kept trying to force that cradle. He's got tons of offense he could have gone to, and that's the frustrating.
He looked great last year at sectionals and at state.
Yeah,
he wrestled really well, and now going down from 285 to 220.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was going to say is you had to really be happy with the way both Lavelle and Sears wrestled.
Yeah, you know, I was pumped. They're both captains for us, and the only thing I said to them is we didn't know whether we were going to bump them or not. We were just kind of toying with that idea, and we figured, you know what, it's going to be fun, some good matchups. And the only thing I said to them was be leaders for us. And I think they both went out there and represented us well, and they worked their butts off, and I'm happy for them that they had success today. So.
Coach, when it's all said and done, both teams, both class organizations put on a great show for the wrestling fans.
They are.
And that's what we've got to do more of that in this sport. We're going to do our part here at Illinois Madman and IHSA TV. We're going to go all around the state this year. We're going to cover, a lot of matches, and we really thank the Red Hawks for inviting us in their house.
Yeah, this is great. This is awesome. This is good for wrestling to see you guys out here, so thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
And, St. Ed's is okay with good hands with your brother, and Illinois is okay in good hands with your other brother. Good holiday for you?
Yeah, it was great.
You guys all did the brothers get together?
We did not.
Oh, no. You didn't wrestle? Oh, what the heck?
No, we did not.
All right, well, there's always Christmas.
Yeah, Champion's U of I's out on the East Coast right now, and but St. Ed's is gearing up to come up here for the Dvorak. So
and we will be there. So at least we'll get two of the brothers together.
Yeah.
Did you talk him into coming?
Not really, actually. It was his idea. My nephew's a senior this year, Colin, and I think he wants to hopefully maybe stick around for Christmas for a couple days in Chicago afterward. So we're really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be cool. So.
Well, thank you, Coach, for your time. I know you got a little cleanup to do here, a few mats to roll up, a few egos to rub. Yeah. But thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
Good luck.
Yeah, and one more interview, guys. We're going to bring in a guy from Sandburg, Rick. And put those headsets on right there. Look in that camera. Show the ladies your pretty face. This is Ricky Robertson. Currently ranked number 1 in the state at 182, state champion off the Sandburg team state champion. And, Ricky, before we get into Sandburg, I see you're out here spying. You guys must have had an early practice. What did you see today between these two teams?
A lot of good, tough wrestling. I mean, it was a grind between both teams. You know it's going to be when you got two of the top 3 teams in the state. Top national teams out there, so it's going to be a grind from the get-go. A lot of good wrestling, a lot of fighting, good hard fighting in the matches, so it was a good duel overall.
And it seems like that this could go down a long way to go, but come February between you guys, the Sandburg Eagles,
exactly,
and Marist and Oak Park there, how much of a difference do you see in the 3 teams?
Us, I think we're pretty much the same team as last year. Maybe
they are too.
Yeah, exactly. OPRF, I think, is a little younger at some of their spots. Yes. So, I mean, they have that young aspect. But, I mean, Paul's a great coach, and he developed his wrestlers very well. So, they're always ready to go. Marist is just as tough last year. I see our team, too. I think we match up pretty good with both teams. So, I mean, this year
do you have a duel with either one of these teams?
No, we don't. I mean, possibly at the Clash we might be able to see them. We're all there at the Clash this year, so hopefully we'll get to see one of them, if not both, this year. So we're looking forward to that. Looking forward to wrestling at Team State.
Right. Well,
anywhere we can. I mean, we're ready to go.
I'm sure. You guys are the state champs, and you won it in dramatic fashion. Did you see how Oak Park won that duel today? That's the same way they lost to you guys.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So obviously, lesson learned from Oak Park, right?
Yes. I mean, it's funny how things go. One match you win one, you lose one. I mean, wrestling's a crazy sport, and anything can happen any day of the week.
And getting ready for this duel today, I happened to watch the state finals last night, and it was just as exciting watching it months later.
Oh, yeah.
For me, have you watched the match since then?
I've watched it, actually. I've probably watched it 2 or 3 times afterwards. I mean, it's an exciting thing to watch, and when you get chills when you talk about it almost. I mean, it was a great thing to be a part of that team, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this year, hopefully.
Now, personally for yourself, you're at 182. This duel started at 182. It had to be kind of like, I could do that.
Yeah.
But how are you doing at your weight this year? What do you think?
Right now I'm wrestling up at 195, so get to wrestle with some of those bigger boys. But I'm looking forward to go down to 182, and this year I mainly want to show a lot of my dominance and just show that I'm one of the top nation's wrestlers this year. I mean, hopefully.
Well, you're ranked in the top 10 in the country, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And having lived that life with my own kid, I know there's some pressure to that. I mean, not that you go out there and think about, well, I'm ranked now, but you don't want to go out there and stink up the joint.
Yeah, exactly. You always want to wrestle your best, and I don't know, I have fun when I wrestle and on the bench, so I mean, you don't always want to be like all stressed out there. I think having fun all the time is a good thing, so I tend to like to do that. So I'm looking forward to this year.
And I just got one more question before I turn you over to Mac, and I just thought of this. You wrestled in the Mount Carmel program in the beginning of your career.
Yes.
And then at Sandberg. Having now been at 2 elite programs, does that provide like a little extra, I don't want to say edge, but like a different feeling than if you'd have been in one school all along? Or do you feel like you missed something by if you'd have been at Sandberg all along? Or I know you don't have regrets, obviously, but did the experience of being in 2 different schools, what did that do for you?
Well, you get both coaches, which, I mean, as many coaches as you get taught by is helpful all the time. I mean, you have with Derwinski there, and then on my off-season program I have Izzy, and then Coach Sieber, Coach Poles, who were both
You just Hall of Famers all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my man.
So, I
mean, that's what you do. You get better by working with better guys.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, Mac, what do you got here for the number 1 guy in the state?
I just got one question. Okay, last year, obviously, for you as an individual, it ended up in kind of a disappointment.
Yes, it did.
Okay. Is there anything specifically that you tried to work on in the off season to make yourself better? Technically, part of your standing, your mat wrestling, anything you worked on in the off season to make you better this year?
I think a lot of things were my short offense and even a little bit of my defense on my feet. I mean, I hadn't got shot on a lot last year, so I didn't really had to work on my short offense and defense. So that was the main key aspects that we've been working on over the off season, and still now there's always time to improve. So that's where we've been working on as a coaching staff and the wrestling room right now.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, man, thanks for coming up and talking with us, Ricky.
Thank you.
We'll be around to see the Eagles. You guys always fly high, man.
We do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And on our last and final interview, we're going to bring in the man of the hour, Kareem. I'm sorry, I said that wrong there. Kamal. Well, you have to excuse me.
Yeah.
Put those on right there for us, Kamal. Welcome to the limelight. This is Illinois Madman and IHSA TV. That's the entire country that just saw what you did today. Take us back to that match.
I came in the match kind of worried, though, because I was wrestling 160, and I usually wrestle 152.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude out wrestling, I noticed that he was way bigger than me. And during the match, I was trying to get my shots in, my double legs and single legs and high crotches, but it wasn't working for me. He was just too heavy. And so then during the match, he was snapping me. He almost took me down twice at the edge over there, as you saw. And then he threw me into the crowd.
Yeah, that was when you get home today, replay this, man. You were flying.
Yeah, he threw me into another wrestler, and then I rolled over. And then I had to hop right back over to get out the crowd.
Yeah.
I was worried. And then I came back.
And I think you beat him back to the middle.
Yeah, I did. I had to beat him back to the middle. Coach Powell makes it very clear that you break the dude by beating him to the middle.
You came into high school. You're this isn't your first rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it like to be into this environment as a true freshman?
It was nervous. I was very nervous during my match because the crowd was into it because it was a close match against OP and Marist. They're 2 very good wrestling teams. And so coming to the match, you saw the score was real close, and I didn't want to get pinned or nothing. I was worried about myself.
You know what? Hey, that's a fair. You know what? If you're not nervous, something's wrong. But you did a great job out there. What did you use to stick him with?
I used a bulldog. We went over it the other day in practice, and it worked for me today.
All right, Coach.
Just one question. Okay, at what point did Coach Powell come up to you and tell you, hey, you know what? You're wrestling 160.
It was after the match before. They saw that Johnny lost, and so they put in Zach Pickering at 52, and I was wrestling 60. At the time, I wasn't nervous because I had time to relax. And then when I heard the buzzer, I'm like, oh, snap, it's time to go in.
You know, you wrestled for the Harvey Twisters, obviously. Everybody over 150 in Cooper is real happy right now, right, T4L? But you wrestled for that program. That's a major program. Now you're with Oak Park, and you're a freshman. Talk about what it's like to be with these great Hall of Fame coaches and the things that you get from them, you know, and the tradition that those two programs bring to the table.
First, being with the Harvey Twisters, a lot of great coaches. They work with you. They raise you up, and then they start stacking the blocks early. And then when you go to Oak Park, you have to get more mentally focused. And so the kids that you wrestle, their job is to break you during practice so you can restack those blocks and become more mentally focused, and you'll be able to wrestle harder and go harder during your match.
Well, just a great job. Somehow I got the feeling that this is not going to be the last time that we're going to interview you. You got a bright future ahead. What do you think, Mac?
Hey, sky's the limit.
I was wondering what that guy was thinking when he went upstairs with him, too, with the little throw. But, yeah, you know, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of good moves out of you. The future's bright, and I just want to thank you for coming on. Great job today, and see you down the road. Thank you. As we refocus here, you know, just a great duel. You know, you all set, Mac?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm back in business.
Okay. You had a few of those on in your career, right?
A few.
Okay. Just want to. I thought it was a great duel. I don't know what I know you thought it was a great duel. It lived up to what I expected.
It was everything we hoped it would be. It was tight. It came down to the wire, even though it did end in a forfeit in the last match. There were a lot of lineup changes, and like we pointed out, you know, it started at 182, strength of Marist lineup. You thought, okay, well, they're going to get their points here, and then hopefully Oak Park is going to, in the lighter and middle weights, you know, push in. Instead, you know, it was close all the way through, really. And, you know, as Oak Park got a big win at 195 from Andre Lee, and then obviously the finishing win. And then Marist got the 2 wins with Lavelle and Sears. Guys they bumped up, and they came through for them. Was seesaw the whole way, you know, and it was pretty much anything a wrestling fan would like. Hard wrestling, you know, you could tell with all the injury time out there, and just a good duel.
Well, you know, I thought it was Illinois wrestling. This is what I've grown up watching, you know, ever since I got involved with the sport. It's exactly what I expected out of 2 top teams in the state. And I'm glad that I was here. I'm glad that you were here. And I'm glad that you were here, Illinois, because if you couldn't come to the building, this is the place to be. IHSA.TV, IllinoisMatmen.com. Just want to remind them, get an opportunity to go to the homepage. We need donations. This stuff isn't free, but it's free for you, but we need to keep it running. We are the #1 website in the state of Illinois. And now that we're linked with IHSA.TV, more to come.
And it's a free website, and Mike Bear does a great job coming out to support these things, so support Illinois Matmen.
I think we got to start calling him state champion Mike Bear. Multiple time state champion. In case you don't know, Mike Bear won his 3rd IHSA soccer state championship with Peoria Notre Dame this year. A little love. He's very modest, but that's 3 in 5 years for him. So not only does he know wrestling, he knows soccer.
And another thing about the duel, like Coach Heffernan said, down the road, these lineups may look a lot different. And, you know, guys are healthy, so it could be completely different come February.
Well, just want to thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. Go spend some money at the stores, and just see you next time on IllinoisMatman.com and IHSA.TV. For Mac Boland and myself, Mike Bear, and the Illinois wrestling community, the Marist Red Hawks, Oak Park River Forest Huskies, thank you, and have a good evening.